Let's analyze together the latest update of Soundhound. Will it continue?
Let's see what's going on. First of all, remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. Well, we have a lot of pictures and drawings right there. Let's go to the weekly time frame so we can see a higher perspective, because I think it's a very interesting moment during these last weeks. You can see, let me circle it in green right there so you can see that clearly. That breakout of the previous resistance level, we are using the logarithmic scale, remember, that started, of course, with this initial price movement in 2022. Then we had another retest right here with the resistance very, very clear, the 11th of March 2024. And then this third time, it got rejected again. You can see the 11th of November during that week. And then the 18th broke out of it. And then with a retest right here, the green candle occurred again. So the key question is, will this be again confirmed, this breakout, and we will visit higher prices or not? Let us know in the comments below. How do you see this technical side of Soundhound stock?
Well, let's go to the forecast, Enrique, because it's very important to understand the situation. Because right now we are making new highs. You know, the third one. Obviously, the second one it was back in March 2024, and obviously then at the IPO it was like trading at $18. It was like the best level ever. But obviously, the situation in terms of finances is like a little bit tricky because we are talking about negative territory in all quarters, and still the stock is going out like crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. In the past, it was, well, in the past, when we started to analyze this stock, it was with the AI sector, all that hype that was there. And maybe I have that perspective that the hype isn't the same. So maybe that has affected the stock, and as you can see with that movement. But many people are still talking about it. So I don't know if it's like I went to another topics, but the hype is still there. Like less hype, but the same people are around it. So you have more information about this sector, let us know in the comments below. How do you see that? And this stock, because it is well related to that sector, sorry, the AI. And then with this forecast, it's a very interesting because we have also 6 analysts, as usual, from Wall Street offering that 1 year price forecast. And the average is negative, minus 10%. The maximum one is $10, 10% to the upside, and the minimum $6, minus 34%, more or less.
Yeah, personally, I don't like to invest in stocks that are in negative territory in terms of net income and EPS. But sometimes it's like it's good to buy at the early stages because if the uptrend continues, it's like you get a lot of performance. But that's completely speculative in that sense. Speculative trading is like when something when the value or the fundamentals are not correlated with the technical analysis. And in this case, it could be like one of these examples. But obviously, on the other side, we have the revenue that is increasing. And the good thing is like if they manage, to continue this increase in terms of revenue while improving the EPS, that would be very positive. And actually, the last quarter, it happened exactly that. The report was better than the estimate. And if they manage to do it again, even though, the last quarter of 2024 is expected to be worse than the previous one, but if they manage to correct that and create positive surprise factors, which is actually something that investors value a lot, the uptrend could continue in that sense.
Yeah, it's a very interesting moment. So, what is your opinion from that fundamental side? Do you think the forecast for the EPS and the earnings will change, and how is your prediction about that? And taking a look again at the 6 analysts offering that 1 year price forecast, remember that chart, because let's go back to our chart so I can paste from the previous videos. I had it recorded right here, and you can clearly see the estimate was very positive. But the thing is, like, the price when that happened was $7.79. Right now, we're talking that Sound stock is trading around $9. So
Wow.
obviously, that estimate that were positive, some of them entered into the negative territory, but because that target levels in the positive eyes were already reached. So that's something to take into account also. So maybe they have to update it, or they maintain that kind of prediction, because they expected the stock to be in $6, 7.79, as you can see right there, and 9.50. Right now that it's in $9, it already surpassed those kind of price forecasts.
That's absolutely nuts, Enrique. Let's go exactly to 1 hour chart to see closely exactly the latest upturn. I would say something like the upturn, and let's draw actually support level
Mm-hmm.
right here. This is the last one. We're talking about swing trading, almost intraday trading. So obviously, if this upturn continues, it has to continue above $7, 7.70. If we see something below that level, it's like it could be the end of this uptrend. And corrections in this type of stocks are kind of volatile. You know, if we suffer a correction here, it could be huge because you have to study past performance of the stock and look at what happened in the past. You know, for instance, in February, March 2024, when correction took place, it was huge, and we're talking about like from that correction level, from that breakout on the downside, we're talking about, let me see, minus 59%. So obviously that's the risk that you have to assess in stocks like this. This is not Apple, this is not Nvidia, this is a volatile stock. It has a market cap of only 3 billion.
Yeah, it's very interesting, taking into account all that volatility. Of course, the higher the profit, the higher the risk, as usual. The majority of times is as such. So, how do you see this situation in Soundhound stock? Do you think this is an opportunity, or is it not the best moment to enter into this stock, or do you have a different opinion? Of course, share it with us in the comments below. We are very happy to read all those comments from you guys. Thank you very much, Trainers T community, as usual, sharing our honest thoughts right here about this stock, and we want to read your comments right there with your honest opinions. Let's go, Trainers T.
Bye bye.